Got the wifey doing watering the lawn, and the boy just running all over the place. Real quick recap of what happened if you haven't watched the last video, the link's up here. Revisited the quarter-mile track and the results were mixed. The car went fast, almost as fast as we've ever been. However, it did not go straight at all. I'm expecting to find some sort of smoking gun, like a broken bolt or something going on underneath the car. So the plan is to take it to the shop this weekend, put it up on the rack, check over everything, remeasure everything again, do a wheel alignment, and hopefully we find something that points us to the problem. The car's just sitting here, and I got a little bit of time. We gotta address a couple things with it. We're gonna try to put the hood back on it. Although I like the no hood life, it's been fun. We gotta refit it back to the way the body is now. It was never painted since the wreck. As you can see, it's still got a bunch of scratches. Here, cracks in the paint. If you can, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's spider cracks all over it just from, you know, a lot of abuse, basically. It's been off and on. Also, I got an issue with these tabs separating. If you guys are familiar with F-body bumpers, there's the gaps where it meets the fender has these riveted tabs, and mine are actually breaking off. So this tip right here is not pointed 100% exactly like this one. This one is more, it comes up like this, and it's pointed more towards that way, whereas this one comes up out here and it's pointing up more, and it's very obvious when you're looking at it, and then head on like this, and also when I stick the GoPro angle up on the roof there, you can tell. Right there, we're gonna cut at this weld line right there, rotate that whole pipe a little bit, and try to get it to match up a lot closer than it is now. And so that's the plan. Let me get this bumper off, and we'll keep going. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about right here. This bracket, which pretty much closes the gap from this bumper where the fender and the bumper meet right there, basically right there. This bracket is supposed to be attached to this bumper via these two rivets. Obviously the rivets pulled through, at least on one. I don't know what happened here. I'm guessing it pulled through. So this bracket doesn't really secure much. This does hold it to the fender there as well, this hole where a bolt goes through, but for the most part it's not doing me any good just dangling there. All the bumpers off of it. Couple sneak peeks that I meant to show you guys last time. We added weight to the front of the car. So you can see there's a 5-pound weight on this bracket that I bought that attaches to this front hoop, adding weight to the very front of the nose. It's going to help us combat the wheelie issue, along with taking a little bit from the rear, but that was a step towards the right direction. Let's get this bumper over to my shop, get the hood in the car over there as well, so we can start getting all that stuff lined up. Go from there. Small update real quick. We already did the alignment. I didn't want to bore you guys with the process all over again on doing it. What we did find was that the front bolts on the lower control arm were just a tad loose, not loose, but enough for me to be able to spin the nut just a little bit, a couple turns to tighten it. So we tightened that and checked over all the other bolts in the back, and maybe because of that, or maybe because of something else, but the toe angle had changed this side. So basically the rear end was tilted a little bit, and that's what I believe was causing us to basically dog track down the track. So we got the center line back, we got the toe angle back, we adjusted everything. It should be good to go. I'm pretty confident that'll make the car go straight. On top of that, we're over here, we're gonna try to fit the hood, but I think I'm running out of time, so I might have to save this for tomorrow. But got the bumper cover off, that's getting taken care of. While I'm in here, I'm trying to address a couple small leaks that we have in the valve trim here. We just have a little bit of a leak going on right there on the valve cover, and it's getting a little bit on the header and dripping down to the floor. It's not a big leak, but while we're in here, I don't like my car to be leaking all over the place. So I got it off. gonna clean up this gasket, maybe put a little bit RTV so it seals right again, and go from there. But that's what we're doing now. Went ahead and emptied the catch can while I have everything apart. I'm also double checking all the rocker arms, because as you know, one of the biggest things that was happening to us before, when it was eating lifters, the bolts would back out. But I don't think it was the bolts actually backing out. I think it was the lifters collapsing and then the bolts backing out. So that was definitely causing issues. So obviously that's in my head. So while I have everything off, I'm just gonna go and retorque these real quick and go from there. But everything's looking good. But I gotta put my hood back on. We have been no hood rocking too long. It's time to put the hood back on. Get that done. Oh, and the last thing, which will be coming up here probably tomorrow or the day after, we got to address this pipe, and then it'll be ready to start racing again. Hopefully get a new personal best. Hot one today. Got the bumper back. Yes, check out the bracket. Perfectly done. It's nice and secured with 2 rivets. And it ain't going nowhere, so it should fit up to the rest of the car really well. All right, woo! Check out the gap, nice and tight, whole lot better than what it used to look like, that's for sure. So that's done. All right, just gonna go on a quick test drive real quick just to feel the car out and take a couple pictures while we got a little bit of a sun break here, so why not? That's what I wanted to check. I wanted to make sure this car was gonna track straight, and so far it's going pretty straight on me, just from these little small test hits on the street here. So I think we're good to go. The car pretty much wrapped up. Small cosmetic changes, like I said. The main thing was getting the alignment in the back done, but as you can see, my pipe now is really close to even. I'm a lot happier with it. They're pointing the exact same way, so we're good to go on that. Big shout out to my boy Mike who helped me weld that tip up. But that's it. It's ready to go racing again. Fresh bumper, fresh tips. Got the alignment in the rear and the front all sorted out. So it should be a good time. If I can get this car to go straight, and I think I can based on what I just felt out there. It feels like it's gonna go really straight. Then I think we got ourselves a pretty decent pass. I'm excited, I'm really eager to find out what this car's potential is in the quarter mile. So I'm gonna leave it there. That's it for now. The car's a lot better off than it was when we started this video. And we're gonna go to the track tomorrow, do some test passes in anticipation for next week, which is Cletus and Cars, August 24th here in Houston, Texas. We're gonna be hanging out with some friends there. Sketchyverse coming into town, so hopefully we can actually line up with him and get some passes in with that dude. That'll be fun. But the hood I still have some fitment issues on the hood that I'm trying to resolve, but I will have that ready for Cletus and Cars, so that'll be next week's adventure. But for now, the car is pretty much set up, ready to go racing for tomorrow. So that's it. I'm gonna go inside.